Alright, and what is going on, Misfits? Today we are going to be doing another WatchZone, and I'm not going to lie, this one's a little late. I'm not going to lie. I thought that it was going to be okay, but it turns out I had a lever situation. But regardless, we're going to have to fast forward to about almost 10 minutes into the game just to make it seem right. However, if you look at the score, it's about 2-18, and we technically do have two full teams. So with that being said, speaking of which, on those two teams we have Six God playing as WHOLadyChum, as well as Napbi playing as Cass. But look out, because we also have Vega22 playing as Makudu, niinana Game playing as Gizmo, almost lost that one, as well as Master J26 playing as Gizmo on the red team. We also have MyStiCHiro playing as WHOLadyChum, as well as DC Assassins, and finally we have Gamer Wins 8035. But just in case I need to reiterate, this is the Bleeding Edge WatchZone, where I like to observe two teams of 4 players that like to get in and beat the everlasting crap out of each other, all for the sake of brownie points and complete and total disrespect on their opponent, as you've just seen. So with that being said, like I said, it's 11:28. This was a little bit of a late game. Blue team had a bit of a lever situation, so that's why they're behind. But I have a feeling that I know what the result is, and it's still going to be a pretty decent one. So we're going to have to check this out. Regardless of which, I got a job to do. There's about 6 power cells that are still left out there, and I have a feeling that this Cass player, Napbi, is on a hunt to probably go get some more. Yep. And with that said, I see Makudu on the blue team is doing his job as well. Alright, blue team holding on to 9 power cells. Red team's got 6, but remember that 29. And we're all gonna have to hustle over here at C. Speaking of C, I see Master J26.
Way too far.
He's gonna get approached by Makudu. Wall pin. Cass pops. Oh, decides to pop all that. He did everything he could just now. However, he approached both of them at the same time. And sometimes that has no choice but to happen. What in the... Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I mean, I did, but I forgot that you can do that sometime. However, still looking at the map. Okay, so blue team has a 0 on their team now. niinana decided to switch from Gizmo to 0, so that's actually pretty good. DC Assassins, however, really coming in for the kill. Meko puts 0 inside of a bubble, which is actually probably good in Zero's favor. Zero's in a very serious situation just now. Getting back over to Makudu. Well, correction. Cass was also getting chased down as well. DC Assassins is getting Shadow Strike out at the very best moment. And WHOLadyChum comes in with the shield at the very last second. There we go. Alright, 13:29. However, I still think blue team's taking this pretty serious. As you can see, Makudu on the blue team just scored as soon as red team decided to abandon C. So, Damon's gonna go for a fight. He's gonna choose to engage. Not gonna win this one, unfortunately. And just like that, Cass comes down to pick up some power cells, and blue team looking a little bit better these days. MyStiCHiro looking to put down a circle. Didn't know that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Meko was right next to you either. I thought he was your teammate. I'm not even gonna lie. However, if he wants, he can choose to go downstairs and help his teammates. Yep, exactly. This is exactly what should be happening. He's gonna 1v1 against another WHOLadyChum. Ooh, now he's in a bad situation now. Gizmo's right there, and that's not gonna happen. Just situational awareness is the best thing that I could probably say on advice for this game. You sometimes think you're helping your team, but you have to be aware that your team might be in need of a distraction so that they can escape. And sometimes, you know, you might be that scapegoat. Sometimes, but you don't have to be. Alright, still 17-30. MyStiCHiro, I think, switched to WHOLadyChum. Yeah. So you went from Damon to WHOLadyChum. So now there's no Damons on the field. We got... 2 healers on blue team, as well as just 1 heal on the red team. Mind you, however, who's holding on to the majority? Nidhogger, no, not Nid. Cass has 12 power cells to herself. Alright. And with that, I think Makuto's gonna engage. Yeah, Makuto's gonna do a 2v1. Cass can choose to engage. She does have her ult on the blue team if she chooses to do so, but Gizmo's at a fair amount of health. MyStiCHiro looking low on health as well. Alright, and with that, blue team can hustle on B. They can work together. Like I said, Cass decides to pop ult at the very right time to get that damage in. And just like that, blue team trying to bring it back. 24 to 30 with 17 power cells in hand. And just like that, Gizmo's gonna try to 1v4 all of them. Meko comes in a little bit behind. Gamer wins. He's gonna be able to tank, but not for long. And with that, Vega puts in his 7 power cells. And with that, Napbi decides to put in her 12. And just like that, like I said, 44 to 30. So with that being said, let's get over to Gamer Wins, who's being severely hunt down. That was Cass on the blue team, very low on health. However, Nidhogger tries to do something, but it doesn't happen in time. If he actually didn't do that, depending on his time, he would have got hit by the train. And he may have gotten killed by that train. He has a fair amount of health that the train might be able to do. Nice. Swing. Ooh, the double kill from the train you hate, but I love to see it. Alright, red team's still choosing to switch out their characters. I still like that, no matter what. I will always like that. 46 to 32. Now, in red team's favor, I think they're gonna need a healer. Unless Meko can tank completely for them and distract them that much to that degree. Now, granted, you do have Maeve here. Yeah, you do have Maeve here, and that is a pretty nasty combination when you have Maeve involved. For niinana game right here, who's probably going to be very low on health and is going to get eliminated. Yeah. Now, granted, red team does have enough damage applied, but they have to be able to survive through that damage as well. 46 to 34. If they can start stealing some power cells, that'd be a good way to bring this up a little bit. So like I said, Meko is fairly low on health, and there's a few spots that he can go to, like probably right down there below him. But I think he's just gonna try to tank it all the way. And just like that, niinana game on the blue team gets hit again. So yeah, red team actually can start to deliver if they start making those power cells drop just like that. Alright. And MyStiCHiro starts coming in. Now 47 to 37. Red team holding on to 13 power cells. This might be, well, not here, but between these two scoring. If Master J chooses to quite literally turn around and score, it'll be all on him. He chooses to mount up. However, tally ho, and in you go. WHOLadyChum completely gives the power up to Cass on the blue team. Shadow Strike is out. I have a feeling that blue team just might consider this to be their battle, and they're gonna try to hunt down Damon, as well as Maeve. Ooh, gets the wildest wall pin I've ever seen. Didn't really expect that to happen. Maeve decides to teleport somewhere. I gotta see that again. Maeve decided to teleport on Cass on the blue team, but in the same instance, actually gets eliminated. Because of that, it now brings it up to 49 to 46. Damon on the red team. I saw that just at the last second. Damon on the red team. MyStiCHiro getting chased down. And with that being said, 50 to 46, ladies and gentlemen. MyStiCHiro, even though he did get that health, Vega was right there. He said, "Get in here." Just complete bro hug. Homie's over, you know. Alright. And just like that, like I said, a little bit of a weird start at the beginning, but I had a feeling that it was going to smooth itself out at the end, right? So with that being said, 50-46 on blue team's favor. Speaking of which, on the blue team, we have niinana game going 4-4, as well as Vega22 going 6-2, as well as Napbi going 8-0 with 20 on the objective score, as well as 6God13 going 5-9 with 10,000 damage taken. But on the red team, we have Gamer Wins 80-35 going 1-2, as well as DC Assassins going 3-6, as well as MyStiCHiro going 12-3 with 13,000 heals, and finally Master J26 going 12-3 as well with 16,000 damage done and 8 killing blows. GG's all around as always. Alright, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are back in the Bleeding Edge Watch Zone. But today we're going to be doing something that I probably have not ever done before on this channel. We're going to be doing some commentary on myself, which is actually a very odd thing for me to be saying. But just in case you don't know what this is or what the heck it is that I'm doing, this is the Bleeding Edge Watch Zone, which is a little thing that I like to do where I like to observe 2 teams of 4 players who are all very well designed, as well as they like to get in and wow, it's so weird. Seeing myself on the field is just so weird. Regardless of which, these teams like to get in and beat the everlasting living crap out of each other. And speaking of which, on those teams, we have myself, Chaos44 playing as Buttercup, as well as Ursones playing as Cass, as well as, of course, Mike66 playing as Damon. But we also have DeathSkull68 playing as Maeve. You can probably tell that I'm going to start messing up because this is the first time thing I've done. On the red team, we also have Unaudited Boss, which is actually a pretty sick name as well as Blaze69420, which is one heck of a name if I ever heard one, as well as Jackal198, and finally, they have True Tobacco 64 playing as Makudu. With that being said,
hell yeah.
Makudu on the red team, gonna have to stick together with all of them entirely. And as you can see, I definitely chose to evacuate from that situation because having none of my teammates was definitely not the best thing for me to be in. And with me approaching the red team's base, I have no idea why this much fear, panic inside of me, but that's just how it is. Regardless of which, my teammate did the right thing, chose to go for the objective. It was with my hope that with these guys chasing me down, that my team would actually do some flying. With that being said, I'm gonna try to come in, help out. That was a good shadow strike. I did not predict that. However, Azrael's very low. I had to let it burn for a little bit because I could tell that some damage still needed to be applied as well. Had to definitely get those guys off. Alright, now, the Damon on my team just died. Is not a good situation. I can try to touch on C for the moment of while it's there. This is just nothing but situational awareness. And speaking of which, let's get to someone else entirely. Cash tried to go for the objective, wasn't able to actually do it. However, keep in mind, we're still controlling A and C. So if red team decides to separate for even the slightest bit, just like this, yep. You separate just a little bit, I'm gonna come in, choose who's weakest, and I'm gonna start applying some annoying damage. Usually my goal for playing as Buttercup is to assist the player, but assist in a way that annoys the fuck out of the other team. So if I come to yank you, it's because I'm trying to disrupt the flow of how you were working with your teammates. And with that being said, now because of that, we take all 3. And Maeve is over here low on health, I see. Tries to get a Total Trouble out. Ooh, that would have been a very good attempt. But unfortunately, with her being by herself, we could have all actually teamed that. And with that being said, we all decided to take all 3 objectives. However, Damon on my team, very low in health. He should just retreat. It's totally fine. We were coming over here to assist him. And just like that, as blue team leaves, me and Cass are going to pick up A just like that. And continue to keep hold on this entire objective. Damon's still in a bit of some trouble, however. Not going to lie. Mike66 still in some trouble, distracting him. But if you notice, I think Cass is going to go for B as well. Yeah. And it's just like, it's just rotation. I don't know if, I guess Call of Duty, you could say, has like, you know, map rotation and stuff like that, but it's similar to the same thing. So with that being said, they're going to try to kill Jackal. Jackal's probably going to get eliminated. If I can get this yank, didn't have to. My teammate was right there. Her range was a lot better than mine. Makuto's in the cage. I'm going to probably try to, yeah, I'm going to help out Maeve. Because Maeve more than likely is going to choose to engage. Yep, multi-combo. She hit it with the Toll and Trouble. I decided to actually come in. However, Maeve, very low in health in that situation. I chose to actually try to eject from this situation. Because we were together, we were okay, but two tanks at the same time, it would depend. It would vaguely depend. However, Damon on blue team comes in with a good Shadow Strike, and because of that, he actually might die. However, if you look at the objective now, we're starting to fall off a little bit. With that being said, Maeve's gonna make her way back out. I'm gonna hit up for objective A and try to stay on top of this as much as I possibly can. The good thing about seeing myself is that I actually don't remember how I'm gonna start playing, so I might do something dumb and I can actually call myself out on it. Get this yank, knockdown. Oil Slick is out, but the Oil Slick unfortunately didn't happen in the area that I wanted it to. I wanted to hit just on top of B, so it could stay there because I have a slow duration that really slows down a lot of healing, and as you can see, I unfortunately got eliminated. Tried to do what I can against those guys to stay on top of an objective, but with that being said, A and C now belong to us. Ursones, a little bit of a 1v1. It's not going to be able to do this, maybe? Yes, at the very last second, however, gets picked up by Jackal at the very last second as well. Alright, 461 to 496, and now red team starts to wake up a little bit, and Unaudited Boss takes out C. I'm gonna give myself a power up because I've been yearning for one all game. I can probably tell. And more than likely, I'm gonna help these guys get over here at C. And with that being said, I wish I saw that. Did I see that? No, I didn't. Jackal came up right behind and immediately took C from us. That was actually very well played. However, we're gonna stay on top of B, and I have a feeling that I'm gonna probably engage here. Yep. Knockdown. My Oil Slick was already out, so people are getting slowed in this corner. Had to let it burn for a second, just like that. 520 whatever to 583. However, they're still pushing very, very far. They're still pushing very, very far away. Not gonna lie. This is probably gonna have to be. This is when real tightness starts to come in. So, with my entire team fully healthy right now, me and Cass are probably gonna take A. Yep. Please, for the love of God, someone go down there and take B. Or I guess we're gonna contend for C first. Damon's gonna have to get. Ooh, okay. This is a good thing I can see this angle. From their angle, they're gonna have to do a 2v1. They can do it. Ooh, the meanest Shadow Strike and Life Siphons. As you see, I took B. I'm not sure what the rest of red team is, but they might want to get over here and start doing some defending. I'm feeling confident about my team now. 610 to 655. It's still in red team's favor, however. So with that being said, we had to keep an eye on two objectives, and we got to get some kills. I tried to get something on Blaze here. I tried to get some, yeah, I wanted a knockdown. Get that Oil Slick out. That damage is applied. He left me with a tank in front of my face, and I had to retreat because no one is near me. None of my teammates are near me right now. And I'm actually curious, where did they go? Oh, they went for A and B. Okay, and I went to go try to take over C. But as you can see, that did not work out. So, still holding on to two objectives. I'm gonna probably have to engage here. Yep, Makuto's gonna try my character. He's gonna try my Damon character. Finish off B. But unfortunately, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Alright, so if we bring that back, I was actually curious to see how this went through as well. So, clearly, I think Unaudited Boss came to get... Wait, no, someone took A. Yeah, so over here, we did have A. However, Jackal stayed on top of it and completely helped flip the entire thing for his team as well. As well as I think a few kills were applied. No one died. Regardless of which, still, good game. And I always like to say this, not because I was involved, but because, you know, just all around it was a good game. So with that being said, okay, sorry, game froze. Anyway, 690 to 700 on the red team. We have True Baco 64 going 4-4, as well as Jackal 198, 8-3, as well as Blaze 69420. It's going 8-2. That is one hell of a name, man. Going 8-2 with 2,000 heals, as well as Unaudited Boss going 4-4 with 5,900 damage taken. But on the blue team, we have Chaos 44 going 6-1, as well as Death Skull going 6-4, as well as Mike 66 going 6-4 as well with 5,000 damage done, as well as Ursones going for 7-3 and doing 5 killing blows and 170 on the objective score. All right. Really much enjoy that. GG's all around, of course, because I was there to actually witness it. All right, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Bleeding Edge WatchZone. This time, however, we're going to be doing objective control on Jersey Sink. And this time, however, we have cellmates as a modifier. Cellmates, for those of you who may not know for any odd reason, is a modifier in which cages will spawn periodically around the objectives that are placed around the map. So with that being said, randomly, you're going to have a random blue cages pop up and completely imprison you or your opponents as well. And it could be both good and bad depending on the situation, but majority of the time it's pretty bad. But speaking of which, we have something to get right into. On the blue team, playing as Zero, we have Kolak100, who's going to start shooting some shots off against Gizmo on the red team, as well as Goatbox, who's going to be playing as Azriel. And finally, we have Piggy MC Tote playing as Miko. However, blue team's missing the fourth member of their team, which is just slightly unfortunate. So with that being said, we are also going to have to switch over to the red team. And speaking of which, on the red team, we have Salutable Medusa 26, as well as Luciano Josek playing as Damon on the red team, as well as Lux X2 Nasty. Am I?
Can't stop.
No, okay. I was like, how is he still playing as Damon? Oh my god. Okay, we have Lux X2 Nasty playing on the red team, as well as Alwindb. And I think I missed a character. I missed Buttercup. No? Luciano, Alwindb, and Lux 2 Nasty. Okay, that was a bit of a weird one. And finally, on the blue team, we have... Nope. Goatbox. WHOLadyChum. Alright. Little bit of a weird one on the intro just now, but luckily, we have a very good match for you guys going on. So with that being said, Piggy's gonna continue to beat up Koolab's circle. And just like that, blue team's gonna completely swarm on Salutable Medusa. Salutable Medusa very low in health, more than likely gonna get eliminated, and that is how it's gonna happen. Alright, with that being said, finally we have a good game that's probably worth observing. Until you realize that red team is also missing a fourth member of their team. You sometimes hate to see its annoyance. Alright. So I don't think that it's gonna take too long to make this happen. But you guys know me, I can't just let a match go on for that long and be that awkward in a sense. So we're gonna see if I can actually find a fourth member for red team. Alright, and with that being said, finally coming in for the red team, who's definitely gonna need it because blue team has 166 to 177, sorry, to 77, unfortunately. We have coming in, playing as Maeve, Agents, 9KR. I'm not sure how to even pronounce that one entirely. Not gonna lie. Alright, so the main objective is, I wouldn't say the main objective is gonna be on B, but for the most part, the main fight is gonna be on B. Because this is out. It's gonna get a lot of people. And just like that, we finally have a decent match that's gonna be worth it. I know I lied to you before, but this time I mean it. Alright, 185 to 104. All three objectives are finally up. And just like that, if red team wants, they can probably start to get some kills, but separate a little bit to start taking some objectives. Yeah. Agent 9. Ooh, unfortunately, red team's not going to be able to get into B. However, Goatbox, if he chose to, could portal inside. Since he's playing as Azriel, I'm not sure if he's aware that he can actually do that, but it would actually save some time entirely. A lot when it comes to this cage match. However, now he has to deal with Buttercup. And just like that, if I had to say it, red team is probably going to be pushing pretty hard because blue team still needs to get a little bit tight, you know? I have a feeling that blue team's still going to need their synergy to get together. Granted, they do have a Zero, as well as a Demon, who is definitely going to get some damage in. Get the knockdown. There you go. Don't let him block that. You almost got it. Almost, dude. Almost, dude. I was actually rooting for you. Alright, alright, alright. Now, Albastardo on the red team is going to start making his way to C. And speaking of which, C is already taken by red team. Colette's going to try to take it on his side for the most part. But that's going to be it. Objectives are going to come back in about 15 seconds. And with that being said, it is with my hope that WHOLadyChum, as well as the entirety of the blue team, can continue to keep themselves strong. Toll and Trouble is out, and that is going to be it for WHOLadyChum. That was actually a very well placed Toll and Trouble, if I had to say so. Alright, if I had to say it, Azrael should probably back off and probably stick with the rest of his team for blue team's sake. Because Cass could probably use your heals in this moment. I don't think Azrael really knows that he can defeat that situation. Well, at least on blue team. But speaking of blue team immediately took objective A. And just like that, Piggy MC Tots is going to get eliminated on the blue team. Alright, 230 to 219. Red team's going to have to make their way downtown over here to objective A. However, speaking of which, I hear that there's a fight being engaged. WHOLadyChum gets uppercutted. Let it burn. Decides to pop. Oh, ooh, doesn't necessarily get it in the way that he or she wanted, but it actually did happen. Zero's right there to help with his team. Blue team looking kind of healthy, but red team's right there along with it as well. Salutable Medusa, however, playing as Buttercup, is actually doing some damage right now. Gold Box on the blue team gets eliminated. Just like that, I have to say, blue team's probably in some trouble right now. Piggy MC Toe gets uppercut again. And she's in Kulev's circle. This is not good. More than likely, Maeve's going to drop down a cage on her somewhere. No, chooses to get a healer called Kolak. Zero puts up a wall. He's going to try to help his tank, but that's not going to be it. That's not going to happen for his tank at all. And just like that, Kolak more than likely is going to follow up suit. Buttercup's right there, and yeah. And with that, blue team at a bit of a disadvantage. A and B are now active. Azrael, I don't think Azrael realizes that he can portal through there. I'm gonna have to call it. I don't think this Azrael knows that he can portal. Which is okay, You know, not everyone in the game is meant to be completely all-star at this, which is why I like to do what I like to do with this game entirely. But with that being said, red team, now they take A and B. And just like that, we have a fight. Zero's gonna have to stay close to his teammate. However, he's getting beat up by Buttercup. WHOLadyChum decides to stay on top of objective B. They can totally do the situation. With two turrets right there, I believe they can. And just like that, Maeve is not going to be able to contest. So, you can take out Buttercup if you choose. Or, even better, a Kulab, who, in my opinion, has a bit of the slowest walk speed, but that's just a, you know, visual opinion. Alright, and just like that, red team now holding on to 365, blue team's got 293. And just like that, Kolak sticking next to his team, like the way he should. Kulab on the red team, getting low in health, but we sticking in the circle, might have to give himself a shield. Very low in health, gets eliminated. I saw a yank in my face full screen. And now, blue team staying on top of it. Zero decides to put his ult at the very last second, and it will be able to help. It will be able to help if he sticks with the team. He's going to completely tank on with that. Total Shelf is out. It's going to go for a healer, but it's not going to be able to curve corners like that. Salutable Medusa, however, was on top of objective B for the entire time. So now, we only had 2 objectives being taken by both teams. WHOLadyChum choosing to try to get away. Not in a very good situation. Bombs are out. Puts up a good wall at just the last second and finally gets his way in. However, Gizmo might not be able to do as well. Azrael on the blue team doing a 1v1 against Albastardo. Might be able to. Albastardo does get some tick damage. Ooh, did not expect that to happen. Alright, WHOLadyChum on the red team actually gets eliminated. Albastardo is looking to take objective C along with Maeve. However, WHOLadyChum on the blue team, he's going to try to approach. And as I hear it, I think Maeve got eliminated by that train. And you know me, I love to see a good train hit. Ooh, Agent did not see that. Alright. Let's get back into it. $3.99 to $4.34. In my opinion, blue team can still do this a lot because they have 2 healers, you know? However, with that, ooh, a bamboozle comes into play. Unfortunately, with that bamboozle, this is going to mean that he only gets a little bit of a momentary delay on having to go up against Albastardo. And if I had to say that, WHOLadyChum's probably going to be dead on his side. Alwindb getting low on health as well. Zero chooses to. He's gonna try to help, but unfortunately, with that, with Buttercup being blurry low on health and he's low on health as well, he's gonna have to retreat. C is the main objective. The entirety of the blue team needs to get together right now, if I had to say so. WHOLadyChum on the red team has a bamboozle. Azrael is flying, choosing to get some health. Alright, and just like that, cages are up, I think. Yep, there's a cage up on objective B. However, with that being said, blue team really needs to get to objective C. That's the only way that this fight is going to probably end. WHOLadyChum, however, in a bit of a sticky situation, he's going to be paired up with WHOLadyChum, who hopefully can help him. But in the meantime, there's a 2v2. They can do this. The nightmare shall be free. Albastardo on the red team decides to pop his ult. He's going to be able to do some damage over time with anyone who steps near him. However, with that being said, the 2v1 is real. And GoBox and Gizmo managed to take the objective. However, now objective B is what we have to be concerned with. Cages are active. WHOLadyChum decides to get a curse on someone, but it doesn't happen in his favor. They decide to disappear. Buttercup was right there, immediately somehow survived that. And with that being said, cages are up as well as trains. Well, cages are deactivated now. And just like that, Salutable Medusa on the red team gets eliminated. 468 to 500. This has to be the push for Blue B right now. Crazy Blades are out. Maybe decides to drop a cage on the blue team. However, Gizmo decides to pop alt. Might be able to get it. Actually does. I didn't have the best angle to see that, but I was able to see it through a wall. Could have been better, but you know. 505 to 502 when blue team holding it on top of a cage. There's nothing that red team can do for about the next few seconds. I really don't think Azrael knows that he can pull and help his teammate through these situations. But that's okay. And with that, ooh. Alright, we have 2 circles from 2 slippery snakes on the field. That was a terrible spot to be looking. Buttercup on the red team in a bit of a sticky situation. However, puts down her oil slick. She could get this. Crazy Blades are out. There you go. Crazy Whirlwind. I forget what that is actually called, but I gotta refer to it as something fresh. WHOLadyChum gets a nice bamboozle. Not gonna lie. On this map, a bamboozle can only be applied if your teammates are gonna aggro that person, or if you're gonna bamboozle them into the train, or if you're gonna make them walk themselves off into, you know, the oily depths of the water that are on the outside of this map. Now, with that being said, C is the possible last objective for this fight. With that, Gizmo's gonna take it. She's gonna be met with Azriel on her team, but has to face off against Buttercup on the opposite team as well. However, the entirety of the red team is now over here. And she's gonna have to do a little bit of an uphill battle. Still stuck in a 2v1, which is now a 3v1. Red team takes over objective C. I don't think blue team is probably going to be able to aggro into this situation. That, however, was a very nice ult, WHOLadyChum. C is still up only for 3 seconds, however. It's 550s, dude. It's the 550s. This is the very last thing. Alwindb, who may not be paying attention, more than likely is going to get hit by this train. And I enjoyed seeing that. Alright. With that being said, the last objective is finally going to be up here, and Sellable Medusa is going to be able to take this. Goes up against WHOLadyChum, is going to be met with a healer as well. And I'm not going to lie, ooh, a bad situation. Medusa, if those turrets were inside, would probably kill her at the right time, but unfortunately, cages are going to be up for... I don't know. Oh, now they're deactivated. Alright, and just with that, blue team has to push right now. It's 580, dude. Blue team has to stay on top of the objective. WHOLadyChum has to stay on top of it, dude. 590. If I had to say it, yeah, red team takes it. Because I don't see that objective changing anytime soon. And with that being said, you witnessed it just as much as I did. With that, 578 to 600. Ladies and gentlemen, on the red team, we have agents going 8 and 5. Agent 9KR. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I hope that's not a racist gesture. For some reason, I hope that's not a racist gesture. Going 8 and 5, as well as a Alpastardo on the red team, who goes by the name of Lux X2 Nasty, playing as Alpastardo. Goes 11 and 5, as well as Alwindb, going 10 and 8, doing 17,000 heals, as well as 184 on the objective score for his team. But Sellable Medusa goes 13 and 6, doing 16,000 damage taken. As well as on the blue team, Kolak 100 going 13 and 4, as well as Piggy MC Tote going 10 and 7, as well as Goatbox going 17 and 2, and finally, WHOLadyChum going 19 and 6 with 21,000 damage done and 10 killing blows. GG's all around. Thank you to everyone who participated and chose not to leave as well. Whew. Alright, and with that being said, these were a fairly good amount of matches. Especially doing a little bit of some critiquing review with one of my matches. And to be honest, I think I might start doing that a lot more often. Especially considering that I don't actually play this game as often as I should. And there are a lot of characters that I actually should start working on mastering. To be honest, I'm actually more hyped for playing this game. I've been playing this game a lot more hyped for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I know that people still like this game and that it's been working very well for the channel, but in all seriousness, I think I'm starting to come back to Bleeding Edge a lot more for some reason. You never know what it could be for this game. But regardless of which, I'm gonna stop jabbering. I got some other stuff that I have to get into. As always, if you don't know with me who I am, it's all good, it's all good. Hey, listen, my name is Chaos the Gamer, and this is a little thing that I like to do just about for the majority of my time, as well as a few other things on my channel. If you happen to like Bleeding Edge, I love you, and I hope your day is going well. And as always, GG's. Do 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 do.